What is good, y'all? SGG Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Reds rebuild. And before we get into this, man, if y'all want to see this series more often than the Lions rebuild, let it be known down in the comment section. Comment down below so I know what kind of level of attraction this is getting. If you guys are enjoying the videos, make sure you guys subscribe if you are brand new. Now, jumping into this season, we are moving past the draft. As you can see, some of our draft picks from last time, kind of go ahead and grade out my draft class, right? Like, I think I did pretty good. The potentials aren't there for a lot of them. A lot of them might even be MLB ready, AA ready. You saw a couple 68s in there, a couple high 70s. Now, Raul Villanueva is one I'm confused about. 72 overall, 69 potential. So is that telling me, like, as he plays in the league, he's going to get worse, which has me a little bit nervous. Now, today is going to be all about Tarik Skubal, though, coming back from injury. He played his first 2 starts of the season. The first one, or the second one, didn't even get to play that much in because that's when he actually got hurt for the past 2 to 3 months, and we had to take him immediately out. Now, you saw he was doing good in that September month when we brought him up for the September call-ups in 2023. That's what led us to bring him up here, and we will be focusing on that full game when he plays the Phillies for Game 3. Now, to get to that point, we're going to play a couple critical situations. And the first one here, Joey Gallo. 2 home runs already. They want me to make it 3, as we are up in this ball, or down in this ball game 6-4. So it'll also be a comeback opportunity. Now, we lost the first game too as well. But this will be a great way to try to come back. You see he's 3 for 7 in the series, 3 home runs in the series already. So that's exciting news. He was, I think, 3rd on the team in home runs coming into this video. So need to see that power production coming in from him, especially being in our 4-hitter spot. The average isn't there, so we got to at least see that power, and those RBIs starting to come up as you see him swing through the ball there. 2-2 count after going through the 2-seamer. Watches that high heat, missed out the zone, and then another low one coming at 96 there. He will walk his way over to first base. Bring up Jesus Aguilar. Wasn't able to switch it in time, so we will see him strike out on the knuckle curve, but we'll get into the full game now. See if we can make this comeback as Mike Moustakas is at the plate now. 1-2 count. Gallo over there at first base with 1 out, and he watches the 4-seamer low. Got froze. So no late game heroics like we're used to from Mike Moustakas. We'll go ahead and bring in young superstar, I'll call him that, Doug Granger. 1 for 3 here today, though. See if maybe he can get some late game heroics as he chops the first pitch he sees back to the pitcher. He'll glove it, throw over to first. Not enough speed. And that'll be the final out needed to go ahead and end this ball game for Philadelphia. Going up in the series 2-0 here after the 6-4 victory. Not exactly what you wanted to see. Nick Lodato getting on the hook for the loss there. Gallo's 2 home runs are pretty much all the offense except for an RBI by Devers. You see Gallo there with 15 home runs on the season, 46 RBIs. And Hernandez, a rare bad start. I would say it's still a quality start, but Nick Lodato, 3 earned runs in relief. Not proving too well, especially with Tarik Skubal coming back in, that he should keep his rotation spot. But we'll keep our eyes on that to see if maybe it should be flipped. Now, this was the game before. Actually, we did win. My apologies. We won 10-0 here in this game. A lot of home runs coming away. You saw Cesar Hernandez get 2 there. Tyler Mahaley almost getting a complete game shutout. Probably just had a high pitch count, 7 2/3 there with 6 strikeouts. Only 3 hits, 3 walks. But we were able to go ahead and come up. So the series is tied here, and we're looking to go ahead and go up in the series 2-1 as we go into Game 3. Tarik Skubal, had high hopes for him, being our lefty to come out the rotation. Really wanted him to have a good season. Now, unfortunately, he got hurt, but we've been able to still do good without him. This was the game for us to go ahead and get into 40 wins on the season at 39-22. So starting out very strong, still first in the NL Central, and we're looking for maybe his return to be what pushes us even farther over the edge as we started to slide a little bit last month. Now, today we'll go up against Carlos Martinez. 13 starts. He's 7-1 with a 2.42 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. So somebody that definitely is having a very good 2024. So it's going to be up to our bats to kind of slow that down, and we'll get things kicked off with Jonathan India batting .274 on the season, 8 home runs, getting a couple RBIs out of the leadoff spot as that slider confuses him as he swings way off target there for the first strike. Watch the next one coming back, though, getting to be a little bit more patient to go ahead and kind of work this count as he sees a 4-seamer basically right down the middle, going back left field at the wall, is gloved in. Caught basically at the end of the warning track. Almost was a double to lead off the game. Just a little unlucky there. Not enough power. Cesar Hernandez will come up right after him and round this one right to second base for out number 2. And so far our team is looking okay. The bats have started to pick back up over the games that we've seen getting to this point. Now Rafael Devers, 3-1 count after having the green light, goes back to a red light. And that red light might have saved the AB as he walks over to first. We go back to Joey Gallo. Mr. Multi-home runs. 3 home runs already this series. What we will not see one this time is this will ground over to second. They'll go to short for the easy play, and that'll end the top of the first. Now, Tarik Skubal 2 starts, lost his first one, had to come out of the second one because of injury. 6 hits, so not much of a sample size here, but 6 innings, 10 strikeouts. Shows me that maybe the strikeout stuff will be there this season. We can only hope, because it'll be between him and Nick Madonna. We're going to ride the hot hand over basically who will get into the rotation and quote-unquote essentially be the 5th star. They're at the 4th spot right now. I just don't want to move, Hunter Green up and mess up his flow, his rhythm, his stamina. But quote-unquote essentially they're battling for the 5th spot in the roster, or the rotation. So, getting into his first start, coming back from injury, pitch is looking pretty good here so far. The heat is still there, 94 miles per hour as he gets this one on the ground. Going up the middle, Jay Allen will go ahead and scoop it in. First batter he sees gets a base hit up the middle. So we got a runner on first already, no outs. Bryson Scott up, swings at the circle, change low and away for out number 1. Next up, Nick Castellanos takes the ball there. Throw goes down. Tyler Stevenson guns him out at second base. That is a stolen base. That is caught. Otherwise known as a caught stealing. But we were able to go ahead and get him by a long shot there. Not even close. And just like that, it's 2 outs. Nobody on. Checks his swing on the circle. Change somehow didn't go across. So full count to him. Chops this one on the ground. We're 15 pitches through already in this first inning. Pitch count hopefully won't be a problem, but we won't have him on such a long leash as he gets the strikeout to end the first. He will be kind of held back a little bit. We'll talk more about that when we get back to him at the mound. As Jesus Aguilar grounds us back to the pitcher, and if that had been anybody else that wasn't 7 speed, that probably would have been a base hit. But he unfortunately is called out there as we got a ball high up near the chin area, hitting the elbow of Doug Granger. A little bit upset, but he will take that walk over to first. And just because he's mad, he'll go ahead and use that frustration in the legs and take off for second for the stolen base. Just like that, we're able to do what they couldn't. 5th stolen base of the season. As you can see, took a pretty perfect jump here. Almost as soon as the leg moves, he's out. Able to hit a top speed of about 18 miles per hour and get in there easily. So 2-2 count to Mike Moustakas as he takes the low cutter deep out to center field. It looks like he will be able to glove it, not at the warning track, and the throw will come in straight to third base up the line. Not in time. 2 outs. Runner third, Jay Allen trying to give us the early lead. Watches the sinker right over the middle of the plate. Comes back and watches a slider off the outside too as well. Carlos Martinez trying to set him up here as he throws a 4-seamer low and it's lined right to shortstop. Once again, another unlucky break as we are not able to capitalize on that great run scoring opportunity. Now we go back to Tarik Skubal. Pitch count probably, near 70, 80 for this one. It's his first start back from an injury. Don't want to overwork him here. Get that stamina right and working. See a lot of times in the actual pros, they're designated for assignment, do 2 or 3 starts down at AAA, AA, and then get to come out. Wish we had that opportunity because I don't think that wastes one of their send downs, as that is a long fly ball. I'm getting distracted talking about him coming back to the team, but that ball need to come back to the yard as it's a home run. First run of the ball game, Kyle Schwarber. I think I said it was his 4th or 14th of the season. That is a long home run, basically to right center field. As he goes in and puts Philly up on top 1-0. I cannot believe we kept that slider over the plate a little too much. Maybe got the control a little bit wonky. This is why you have those send downs before they go down to the minor leagues and pitch for a little bit. Like I said, I don't think it uses up one of their minor league options, so I wish we had that option in MLB to show. I definitely would have sent him down to get his stamina back up, make sure he was good before bringing him back up. But unfortunately, it doesn't get any better right after that. 1-2 count, he slides this one out to the outfield, pretty much the same spot as a home run or a double. So now still only 1 out. Still need to work this one to go ahead and get out of this. JT is up with a 1-2 and swings at the slider low and in at the feet. Able to get that break in there, swing through it. And right after that, this is a long fly ball. Gallows giving chase, going back to the warning track. Will take a 1-hopper off the wall, get it in, but it will be a 2-out RBI double for Philadelphia. Philly's up 2-0 now. This lead is continuously growing. Ronald is up next. Grounds this one over to Caesar, who will glove it, take his time, throw it to first. We'll get him. That'll stop the bleeding there. 2 runs coming through that inning for Phillies. But let's see if we can go get some offense of our own. Tyler Stevenson leading the team in batting average, hitting well over 300 right now. Leading the team in all types of ways, and he's our 9-hitter. Why do we do that? To set up the top of the order where our clutch hitters are at. So he's on base now. Jonathan India flies out again, once again getting unlucky. But now you got Hernandez, Devers, and Gallo with a chance to bring him around. Start out with Caesar. First pitch that he sees, he lines this one out into the outfield. It will get down in the gap. Tyler Stevenson is moving towards third base. They will go ahead and get it off the wall. The throw will come in, and they're going to send Tyler Stevenson home. The throw will come to the plate right on the money, and he will get him. If that throw had been off the line any type of way, we probably see a 2-1 ball game with 1 out now. But because of that, a ground ball over the second base will end the inning, and we will have nothing to show for that leadoff base hit or double that we were able to get. Now we stick with our bats here as Joey Gallo will lead off the next inning. Top of the 4th, takes a low 4-seamer up in the sky. Unfortunately, it will be caught for the first out of the inning. And we'll go to Jesus Aguilar. 0-2 count, looking to not strike out here. So I'm putting the red flags on, trying to work in the at bat here. 43 pitches for Carlos Martinez as that pitch count is looking like it's getting up there just a little bit. Not too crazy, not too bad, but it is a full count now. Able to work his way back alive. 3-2. Lines this one into the outfield. Probably could have got a walk off of it, but instead he'll take a base hit, help that batting average go up a little bit. And with 1 out, we have a runner at first base here with maybe another chance to score a run here. And they're actually going to go to the bullpen, surprisingly enough. 46 pitches through, 3 1/3. And they're going to actually go to the bullpen and pull Carlos Martinez. This move surprised and shocked me. I have never seen somebody come out that early unless they were doing bad. He still hadn't given up a run yet. We got a couple hits off him, and the pitch count was decent. It's not like he was in the 70s. So Andrew Painter will come into the game. 6-3 record, 12 games. 70 innings pitched makes me think he's their long reliever or just comes in a lot. But a 4.2 ERA gives me hope that we can possibly get some runs in. The first person he'll have to face is Doug Granger with a 1-2. Good eye there as he watches the 4-seamer just barely missing, but then swings at the low changeup, not able to make contact to save himself. And that'll be a strikeout, leading to Mike Moustakas. 2-2. Lines this one into the outfield. It will get down. The right fielder will actually miss the ball, so it'll go up against the wall. And this time we're not going to go ahead and send the runner home. That's 7-speed Jesus Aguilar. We might have been a little risky with Tyler Stevenson, but that would have been embarrassingly out if we had sent him. So Jay Allen will be up next. Base it up the middle. Oh, he'll knock it down. He'll have time to get it, but nowhere near enough time to go to first base. Jay Allen, RBI base hit to get us back into this ballgame. 2-1. Tyler Stevenson up next. And that is a slider left up in the zone. It'll go deep back to the warning track, the wall, the leap. Got it. The Phillies. Nick Castellanos will go ahead and glove that one as it ends our inning. That would have been a nice RBI double, because I think in the replay you see it doesn't go over the wall. It wasn't a home run saving catch by all means, but it would have put us over the top. Now, back to Tarik Skubal, because this is a video all about him and his important return to the team. Back-to-back strikeouts before giving a base hit there to Josh Bell. And we got JT Realmuto coming up next, but he swings and misses through the pitch and strikes out. And we'll stay with him here. Tyler Whitaker will come up next and get a leadoff base hit with a 1-1 count here. We're trying to limit the damage. We're up near 70 pitches. So like I said, this could be near the end of his days. That's chopped right in front of the catcher. Stevenson will glove it, throw to Moustakas at first base, and that'll be the first out. Moustakas is over at first as we gave Jesus Aguilar the DH roles today. He was looking a little tired. As this one is grounded over to Devers, over to Moustakas for the second out. Runner still has yet to move up, so great way to hold the runner in place. Bryson will come up next, and that is a bloop hit into the outfield. Gallo won't be able to get there in time, but will come up firing, throwing to the plate, not in time by a mile. As that is a 3-1 lead. Tarik Skubal now 3 earned runs given up in this game. As a grounder goes ahead and ends things in the 5th. But that should be about all the work that we see from him, as we will put in TJ Antone to come in. Since being called up to the major levels, only played 2 games, pitched 1 inning, struck out 1, walked 2, so not much innings of work, but he was killing it down at AAA. Luis Cesar wasn't, so we had to bring him up. So we're going to see what he can do in a little relief appearance here. No pressure at all either. We're losing right now. Of course, we just want to stop the bleeding, but it's not like we have a lead or runners on base for him, so no pressure at all. Gets 2 quick outs here. 0-2 count to Josh Bell, looking to maybe strike out another batter. This will go over to Devers, though. He'll glove it, throw to first base, and we'll get the out. And for them, they'll start their carousel of pitching changes too as well. See, went to the bullpen pretty earlier than we did. So Will Smith will come in here in the top of the 8th as we jump ahead, looking to get our bats going. Still down 2 runs here, and a leadoff walk could help. Jesus Aguilar up next, and he will chop this over to short for an easy 6-4-3 double play. Next up, Doug Granger looking to maybe make a 2-out rally happen here with a 2-0 count. Slider down the middle. Chops this one right to second base. The jump throw over to first. Got him. As that'll end our chances there in the 8th inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Brutusar Gratterall will come in. Still in a situation where we're not really kind of setting up for a close situation. So no really strong relievers here. With Jordan coming in, we'll just go with Broussard to go ahead and get these final couple outs here. Now, if it's a save situation, we will put Lucas Sims in the ninth, though. So hopefully we can get those runs in the top half. But here, 2 quick outs. As Broussard is doing what we need him to. 3 pitches in, 2 outs. That's all I can ask for. Nick is up next. First pitch that he sees is a 4-seamer that he will take deep out to the back wall. Gone! A lined rope that probably could have been taken away if we had some speed out there to get to it. But that was perfectly in the middle. It was going to take the Flash himself to get there in time. As that is his 12th home run of the season, and it puts the Phillies up by 3 runs, further putting the stress on these Reds bats to get hot. But if we've seen these Reds play before, we know these bats can get hot, and they can put up a lot of runs in an instant. So still not worried at all. Broussard will go ahead and try to finish this up as he throws the slider in on the hands, getting the strikeout on Shohei Ohtani, not letting him beat us. But they will go to their closer, Correll Gibu. Actually, probably not really their closer. I think they went to him actually earlier in the game. I don't know. Their whole bullpen strategy was weird here. Not even putting in the closer here to end the 9th inning off possibly. But maybe that's the reason we get a leadoff base hit for Mike Moustakas, beating the shift, getting it in between second and shortstop somehow. And that is a leadoff base hit, exactly what we need. Tying run in the on-deck circle. As this is a fly ball by Jay Allen out to the outfield. It will be gloved. Not enough room to move up. And this game will come down to Tyler Stevenson. 1 out. First pitch he sees, chops the knuckle curve on the ground from first to short to first. The pitcher will glove it, and that'll end the ball game. The Phillies able to squeeze out a win here, spoiling Tarik Skubal's return to the Reds roster, Reds rotation, and handing him the loss. Going down the series as well, 1-2. But this is a 4-game series, so we got a chance to at least tie it up. Now, we had a bunch of runs coming, or hits coming here today, 9 hits, a lot of people left on base, a lot of doubles and run scoring opportunities that we just couldn't cash in on for him. Maybe if we had been able to, he could have walked out here with at least a no decision. But great work there from Atone. Glad we saw 2 innings of great work from him. And the very next game, we end up losing. So we lose the series 3-4 or 3-1. As we lose this game late with a run in the 8th and a run in the 9th. And kind of seeing who's at fault for that. It's actually Jordan Hicks for once. He's been great all season, but this time kind of choked. And we had a chance to win that ball game, but unfortunately we're able to. Now, as we simulate forward, we're going to simulate a lot of these games now to get closer to July, get closer to All-Star Weekend, and really focus in on the Tarik Skubal starts. Now, as you can see, we did get a sweep of Milwaukee there, but we got a trade offer here from the Marlins. They want to give a starting pitcher, Jesus Luzardo, for first baseman, Jesus Aguilar. Now, I'm not sure if I want him. He's a lefty, 26-year-old, beat potential 77 overall this season. He has started 7 games, 3-2 record, a 4.08 ERA. And I'm looking at my starters like, Luis Castillo is still here. He's just hurt. We still got Tarik Skubal, who isn't doing terrible, and Luis Castillo, or not, Nick Lodato, who is actually doing good too as well. Age was a factor, and I was just like, I don't think this is something we need. Trying to decline it. Let me know down below. What do you grade that decision? Would you have made that trade? I just didn't think it was something that we needed at the time. And Jesus Aguilar is a big piece of his offense. Didn't want to trade that up. Now, as we kind of look here, a 10-1 victory as Liza Hernandez is able to go ahead and get that one. 7 innings, only 3 strikeouts, so not a big strikeout guy, but was able to come in and get, contact outs. That's exactly what I'll take if I need to. Now, as you can see here, we got a couple more injuries coming and popping up as we're trying to get through yet another series. Nick Senzel's getting hurt. We sweep the Dodgers to go on a 6-game winning streak before finally losing the first game to the Pirates. And then getting a couple more wins. We got people coming in and off the injury reserve list, spending 10 days at a time, 15 days at a time, and coming off. Here's another Nick Lodato start that we ended up winning 10-2. Or not Nick Lodato, Tarik Skubal. I'll keep getting them 2 confused. 7 1/3 here, 7 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, so lowering his ERA a bit, and able to get this first dub of the season. And then bouncing back in his next start, we were able to pick up a win here in extra innings, 6-5, having to score 2 late in the 9th to make it happen. But 4 innings, 5 earned runs, another bad start. So we're seeing some inconsistency coming in from him. Hopefully that, straightens itself out as we get down the stretch. He is coming off injury though, so we're being patient. As we get another trade offer here, this is the Angels. And Eugenio Suarez, I think I'm saying that right. If I'm butchering it, it's your favorite player, I'm sorry. At third base for Max Soroka. Now, Max Soroka is a bench player that hasn't played much, so I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about it. He's batting .247. The real person I need to compare it to is Kyle Farmer, batting .237 as well. So, they're pretty similar players. I'm not sure I want to take on that salary as opposed to what I'm giving up to. So, I went ahead and, cancel that one too as well. Once again, let me know what you guys think. If you would have made it, let me know. First season of AA ends. They were a game out of winning their division for the first half, so unfortunately weren't able to do that. We're looking at their stats here coming through. 7 home runs for Johnny Tucker is not doing too bad at all. Brad Parks is developing nicely. Josh Gomez is hitting over 300. You see him there with 317. And then the pitchers, Anderson Espinoza, really looking comfortable right now. A 2.11 ERA, 5-4 record in 14 starts. He's only given up 22 earned runs, a .79 WHIP, 49 strikeouts, 9 quality starts. So he could really have 9 wins this season in a 1.6 WAR. Only reason I'm not moving him up to AAA is because I want him to keep getting developed. He's an A potential. I really want him to work and get better and make sure he's ready for this major league roster here in the next 1 or 2 years. Josh Worth, also, he's the first person we picked up. 59 overall, he's doing good this season too. 2-4 record. He's got a 4.3 WHIP, 4 quality starts with a complete game shutout. So kind of fell off from what we first saw. But this was the surprise to me. Barney Lincoln, who I moved up because of an injury, moved into the rotation because of another injury. 19 years old, C potential, didn't think anything of him, but so far this season, a 1.35 WHIP, only 4 earned runs given up in his 26 innings of work, and he started 2 games, one of them being a complete game. So we've got a lot of good young talent, it looks like, in our arms, if he's able to hold that out. And we'll see what the future of this AA team has to hold. Like I said, they finished a game out of winning their division. They're looking strong, and I'm looking for any potential call-ups to go up to the AAA level, see if anybody's ready. So maybe we'll make those moves as the year moves forward, seeing who might be ready. Now, as you can see here, going to the Cubs series, we were able to get a couple more wins in the Boston and Mets series. Looking more at Tarik Skubal starts here. We do win this game here, 4-3. He goes 6 innings, giving up all 3 of the earned runs. So great job by the bullpen to shut the door and Sims to get that save. But that's another victory for him to kind of help out with feeling better and getting comfortable. Now you see we sim here through the Cubs series, getting another trade offer really quick from the Padres. This time they want Max Rock as well, and we're going to give up Brad Kelly, who is a B potential 28-year-old for them. He's in the long reliever role. How do I know that? 31 games, only started 1. He's an 11-3 though, 71 innings, so he's been a great long reliever. But Nick Lodado has a 2.96 ERA as our long reliever. If I really need to switch things up, Tarik Skubal is also just as equally as good. Very high potential with those two. I'm declining it. Didn't want anything to do with it. Now you see there we're on a 5-game winning streak as we won the last game with the Mets, winning that series 2-1, and then swept the Cubs. As we get back into this, we're looking at a 4-0 victory here. This one is Tarik Skubal's able to pick up 6 hits. Gallo hitting another home run and 2 RBIs. But now a 3-2 on the season, a 4.2 ERA after giving up no runs through 7 1/3 here. That ERA is slowly going to start to come down. I'm proud of the 8 strikeouts though. I want to see that strikeouts total get up there in a little bit. And right after that game, we answered it right back with another 4-0 victory. This time Hunter Green, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. He's looked masterful this season, getting close to double-digit wins as well as a 3 ERA. Now you look at the standings here. We're up 8.5 games over the Brewers, 10 over the Cardinals, who are both over 500, and the Cubs and Pirates are falling out. So the bigger we can grow this lead, the better the end of the season will be for us to make sure that we're really locking up this division. Now, as I talk about a couple things in the background, you're going to see the All-Star votes. You can see some of the guys that we have listed high up in the list, a lot of reliever starters and people actually in the field. So this year might be a good year for All-Star content. But Tarik Skubal in his return, I think, has solidified his spot at that 5th rotation. I think I like Nick Lodado coming out of the bullpen just because of his inconsistencies. We've seen him give up a lot of runs at times, but he's been shut down at other times too, which is what I need. When you got a long reliever, you need him to come in and shut the door and really close things out because the starter couldn't get it done that day, which gives him a less opportunity to be inconsistent. You have to come in on times where other people are being inconsistent and just be consistent. So it's not asking him to come in every 5th day or anything like that. Gives him a chance to be more consistent. And it's led to the team being as good as it are. We're over 50 wins now, looking and eyeballing 60 and hopefully eyeballing 70 coming up on the series record here in the next couple weeks, as far as the in the series goes, not in real life. But definitely want to still improve this team. So you can see here Joey Gallo for Juan Soto. I see that they had him on the trade block once again. I'm trying to make something work. I saw they had starting pitchers in their needs, so I tried to get 2 of our young guys in there. It still was not going for it. Basically, the only trade that they wanted would be if I gave them Joey Gallo and Rafael Devers for Juan Soto, which was not it. He's not worth 2 of my biggest production guys. Like Gallo's already leading the team in home runs with 19 and 55 RBIs. Devers at 14 and 52, batting over 300. Like, it was not worth it to go get that one bat to kind of help out. So You can see some of our leaders though here. Mike Moustakas 18 for 49. Granger's even helping out with 12. Jesus Aguilar's out there with 14 as well. So we're getting solid production from a lot of different people that are helping this team be great. Tyler Stevenson and Rafael Devers hitting over 300. Cesar Hernandez and Mike Moustakas also hitting over 280, with Jesus Aguilar hitting 270. Jay Allen, the rookie, 254 right now, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. I can't sweat it though. He's looking pretty strong, not as good as Doug Granger did, but he came in as a contact and speed guy and a fielding guy, so he's doing everything I asked him to. He has no errors in the outfield right now, looking strong. Maybe a Gold Glove possibility coming into his future as a rookie, so I'll take that at the very least. Now we come over and look at WAR. Tyler Stevenson, of course, with a 3. Devers with a 2. Jesus Aguilar is actually almost up there by 2. And then we're looking at ISO as well. Seeing we actually want to look at the home runs per at bat. I want to see what those ones are. Gallo at a 15.9. Mike Moustakas at a 16.8, which I'm pretty sure the good ones are like 18, 18 sub 18. And then you kind of still consider good, as long as you're under 20. So to have 3 guys under 20, it shows why our offense is able to snap out just like that, right? And he's kind of looking at the pitching stats too as well. My starters are all over 500 in terms of their win percentage, giving us a lot of innings. You see 105 there by Hunter Green, actually leading the team as a rookie in innings pitched. 101 by Eliza Hernandez, 2 guys that I didn't even know what they would look like this season. But Hunter Green's turned out great. A potential up to an 80 overall with the boost that he's seen. Boosted his hit per 9, home run per 9, walk per 9. Strikeouts leading the team in that as well, 109 for the season. So we'll look a little bit later in the league leaders, what he's looking like as far as the rest of the National League. But as far as ERAs go, the bullpen is looking strong. All of them sub 2s basically. ERAs, whips are all looking low. Nobody with a whip over 2. Only one person with a whip higher than 1.5. And then the stat that I really like to look at is quality starts versus game starts. How many wins could you have had or should you have based off of how well you pitched? Because that can always vary. Like right here, Hunter Green, 11 quality starts and 17 total starts. He could have 11 wins right now. Liza Hernandez, 9 out of his 15. Luis Castillo, 6 out of his 11 before he got hurt. And he's only 4-3. So those tell me how many wins you should probably have that our offense didn't help you out in, or if you have more wins than you should have that our offense bailed you out in. And it kind of shows me how good you are. In WAR, Hunter Green, the only pitcher over 2 right now with a 2.4 and a 9.3 strikeout per 9, 3.5 walk per 9, 0.6 home run per 9, a 3.13 FIP, 2.33 ERA combined. My man is playing out of his mind. And it actually led me to start thinking about, okay, I thought Jay Allen might be rookie of the year. Let me go look and see if Hunter Green's on the board. And he actually is right now, number 2 behind Zach Veen, who's hitting 291, 9 homers, 32 RBIs, playing great for the Marlins. But I can see if Hunter Green, snatch that from him if he keep having the good season that he's having. Now here you can look at some of the league leaders, seeing if we have any guys up there near the top. You see Joey Gallo tied for 6th in home runs, was over tied for 7 RBIs. And we have some guys up here in categories where when we started the series, you wouldn't have thought it'd be possible at all. But the moves that I've made in the off season, there's not too many guys that were still on this team that are helping produce, right? There's Tyler Stevenson, there's Mike Moustakas, there's Jonathan India, and there's Tyler Mahaley and Lucas Sims. I mean, that's really it. Everybody else is, they're doing their job as role players, which is great. But our big players, I went out and got them. We went out and got Joey Gallo, Rafael Devers, Jesus Aguilar, Cesar Hernandez, guys that have become household names with his team now that have helped us be great. Now here looking at AAA, we want to give them some shine too. Chase Petty's looking cold. The pitching rotation is looking cold. The relievers are looking all right. I'm really looking for call-ups and call-downs. Darren Taylor, in 25 innings since being called up, still performing good. 2.8 ERA, a 1.09 whip. He's looking really good as a reliever, and maybe keep pitching like this, he could find his way on the major league roster soon. Maybe helping out in the bullpen, and should we have to let somebody loose, I might not be so afraid to bring him up. Luis Cesar has done great in his role since being called down to AAA. And then looking at AA stats here quickly before the end of the video. I know we did it earlier when their season ended, but just kind of seeing if anybody can come up. Matt Pittich here, 1.93 ERA is looking kind of strong. Might be also a possible candidate to be brought up through close to 60 innings of work. Tony Santalani here, 60 innings of work, a 4.03 ERA. He was at the major league roster. We had to send him down to AAA. It looks like he might have to go down to AA. Anderson Espinoza, 6.4 ERA here. He's enjoyed a nice little boost to his overall and his ratings up to a 66 now with a 2.12 ERA. So he's only getting better. Josh Worth was still looking for his ERA to get down. Barney Lincoln still looking pretty strong. That's the only reason why I haven't put Christian Rowe back into the starting rotation, because he's looked great and phenomenal. this season. So we're gonna give him a couple more starts to see what he can develop and turn into. And this also helps out with like trades. You know, if somebody's doing good, but I don't see space for them up here at the roster, they can now become trade bait possibly. Now you can see here the roster move I was talking about earlier. Tony Cincinnati will go down to AA. Matt Pittage, I think, did enough to go up to AAA and maybe continue working his way to the major league roster. Now here's our injured list. See Luis Castillo, Vladimir Gutierrez, Art Warren, and Tyler Kennan all on the 60-day DL with some potential to be coming back probably at the end of July going into August. Now as we do our final looks at the lineups, we looked at pitching rotations earlier. Albert Almora Jr., I did get a notice that he had performed good all the month of June, and then I think he got hurt, so that's why he's out of the starting lineup here. So I'm making sure to put him back in as well, so that way he can make sure to keep killing it the way he is, and maybe he finds himself coming up during the September call-ups, because if he's performing good down there, hitting over 300, maybe we give him another chance. He came into the major league roster, just didn't do too good on the bench. Maybe we brought him up a little too early. Looking at AA too as well. I saw a problem here with Mario Ortiz in the starting lineup when I know Chris Oakey's supposed to be our starting catcher. So I do want to fix that too as well. But Josh Gomez hitting over 300 here. He's worked his way up. He was at 46 when we drafted him. Seen a lot of big boosts there. He's +7s to the contact. And now he's on 51 overall. So he's developed pretty well. We'll see if he turns into anything more than just a minor league player though. With 51 is still very, very low. Still has a lot of work to do. So once again, maybe somebody's trade bait because he does have a high potential. Maybe somebody we can look to deal off to somebody else. So let me know what you guys think of the possible moves that could be made, any minor leagues that you think should be moved over, and what you guys are kind of thinking as far as the team. I feel like y'all should be proud. If you're a Reds fan and you're not proud of how this team is looking right now, I don't know what more I can do for you. You got 50+ wins right now. We're looking like we can take the division at any moment. July is going to be a crazy month. So as far as what the next video will be, episode 34, we will get a little bit maybe more in depth, setting up for All-Star Weekend, maybe playing a couple more critical situations, maybe one more full game as we focus in. And then episode 35 will be the All-Star break. And from that point, we will kind of not speed through the rest of the season, but focus in on playoff matchups going through the rest of the season. So series with the Cardinals, expect to see them. Series with the Brewers, expect to see them. Series with other NL high caliber teams, depending on how many there are, expect to see them. We really need to get towards this push, and of course I'll do a special episode too when we get closer to the series record and wins, which I believe was last year's. I think it was 79. Trying to remember off the top of my head. I'll have to go back and look, but yeah, when we get close to the season record and wins, of course that'll be a game that we play, seeing if we can get it in the video. Of course we want to play that full game, but our aspirations are so much higher. I told y'all coming into this, I wanted to see if we could slide in as possibly a wild card team. And right now, it's looking like we're going to go in as a division winner and possibly, maybe, if we're lucky, the 1 seed, first round bye, maybe. Cincinnati, what? Coach Smooth, GM Smooth, what? I'm just saying, we got high hopes for this team and great links that we can still go to. We've proven that we can beat high caliber teams. I mean, we beat the Brewers. We lost the series, but we were able to beat them. We can beat these bigger teams, better teams, and we are showing ourselves to be a powerhouse. So if it isn't this year, it'll be next year. We're gonna keep filling and plugging into these holes and keep being great. So if you guys enjoying the series, man, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you stayed to this point in the video. Make sure you guys keep rocking out. I do have some things coming in the works as we're getting out of the month of January, getting into the year 2023. I will have some tester series dropping to see if it gets any interest. So if you like those videos, make sure you leave a like and show support if you want more of them. But the Reds Rebuild will be here to stay on Saturdays for now. If you guys want to see it more often, put it down in the comments. So it's me, your boy GM Smooth, aka the King of Games, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.